My name's Jan from Jan Patek Quilts, and I do needle turn applique. What we're going to play with today is my little kit and pattern Starry Night, and it has in it Honey, my Labrador Retriever. And when I first put this up on the website, I got an email from a lady saying, oh, she really liked it because she had a golden. And I said, well, a golden is just a long-haired Labrador Retriever. It's probably not, but they look a lot the same. Anyway, we're going to show you how to do the scallops in the border. The pattern for the scallops is on the pattern page, and there's ones for the side border and then ones for the top border. So you've sewed the entire quilt together, you've appliqued the center, put on the stop border, and put on the side borders after sewing down the scallops. Now I'm going to show you how to mark for the top ones, but you use exactly the same procedure to put on the side ones. The side ones are just easier because the side ones you know where to start and stop. You start and stop at the edge of the border. On the top one you have to come in. So the first thing we do is trace the pattern of the scallop off the pattern page onto the freezer paper, cut it out and iron it onto your fabric. Now we're going to, what happened to my, here it is. Good. Thought I'd lost it. You then, after you've done that, peel the paper off as usual and clip the inside curve, not the outside curve, that'll make points, the inside curve. But we need to know where, I think I'm running out of basting thread. I'm going to have to get some more. And I'll use the green because they'll show up good. I try to use a contrasting color when I'm basting so that they show up, at least when I'm showing you. When I'm doing it at home, I use anything I have lots of thread. If I have lots of a color purple, I use purple. If I have lots of green, I use green. Okay, now we're going to baste this under just at the ends. Just do our big basting stitch. And then go over here and finger press that down, catch that end again, and go to this side. Oops. And you don't want to knot. There. Okay. Now, you're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to clip the edge there so it's straight across on the bottom. Okay. Now, if I can do a thread knot again, it would be helpful. You do the same thing on this side so that both of your ends are basted down . Okay. Now if you're doing the side borders, like I said, it isn't any problem. You will just come in a 1/4 inch and start these here. And I think it tells you in the pattern, I think you use 5 on the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and then 7 on the top and bottom. So you cut 10 side ones and 14 of the top and bottom ones because they are a slightly different size. So if you're doing the sides, you just come in a 1/4 inch and then you just butt them up next to each other. And now I do use applique glue here. You'll just put a dot of glue here, a dot of glue here, and maybe one down here. But I would lay them all out first before you glue them down. Okay, then after you've done that, you sew it to the side of the quilt. But you can't do that on the top border because you've got to come in to where they start. And that is 3 inches because your border is 3 inches. Your side border is 3 inches. So you need to measure in here 3 1/4 inches because it's 3 inches plus a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and measure 3 1/4 and mark it right here. And then you go down to the other end and measure 3 1/4 inches in and mark it right here. Now you take your borders or your scallops and start here and here. And once again, lay them all out before you glue them down or pin them down, whichever you do. And then it's just really simple. You just start on one end and go like this and go like this. And then when you get to the other end, you come back on the inside until your scallops are all done. And that way you do it in one continuous set of stitching. You don't have to keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping. If you did each one individually, you'd have to do that, and that takes, it's just like quilting. In quilting, the less you have to start, in hand quilting, the less you have to start and stop, the faster it goes and the easier it is and the more fun it is, because nobody likes to end and make new knots and thread needles. It's not fun. It's necessary, but not real fun. So this way you'll just sew down here, sew the next one till you get to the end, and like I said, lay them out so they all fit in between those marks. Then when you have that done, you can sew it all to the top and the bottom. To recap, trace your freezer paper scallop off the pattern onto freezer paper, iron it down, trace around it, and cut it out. Then you baste under both ends. Mark in 3 1/4 inches on your top borders. On your side borders, you just come in 1/4 of an inch for the seam allowance and lay them out and sew them down. On the top borders, you come in 3 1/4 inches for the space for the border. Lay them all out, sew them from one end to another, and then on the inside from one end to another. We hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and this tip from Jan Patek Quilts. If you have, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and have a good day.